Hey there, Tesla Expos here. So in this video, I want to talk a little bit about Autopilot and the latest firmware update. There has been some improvement, but many may not know Autopilot comes in two parts: adaptive cruise control combining with auto steer. So you actually can activate adaptive cruise control alone by shifting down on the shift column. So you only need to do that once. For Autopilot, you shift down twice. So now you can see Autopilot and Adaptive Cruise Control both are currently active. With the latest firmware update, Autopilot drives itself, obviously, but there have been some modification in the display. So it does show vehicle on both lanes from the right side and the left side, in addition to in the front. Prior to the firmware update, Model 3 only show vehicle in front of you. It still doesn't distinguish between a car versus a truck or a big rig. That is expected to come in the near future. So up ahead, there's a ramp, interstate ramp onto another highway. So with the firmware update, the Autopilot now actually slows the car down to the ramp speed limit, and it does take turns a lot better than my last vehicle, which also had lane keep assist. This is far more superior. It's taking on this ramp like a champ, although I was a little bit nervous, so I still had one of my hand on the steering wheel, which you should always have anyways. So then here I'm going to demonstrate how to change lane using Autopilot and not putting any self adjustment. So you turn on your signal while on Autopilot. The car will detect if there's any cars in the blind spot or on the left lane, and it will move over and turn the signal off. So let me show that again. So when you're in Autopilot and you want to change to the left lane, hold on, let me move the camera down so you have a better look of the signal. So what you want to do, push down on the signal once, either left, if you want to change the left lane, or right to the right lane. And as it slowly goes over, it will turn off the signal once it completes the lane change. The car uses sonar and camera to detect if there's any vehicle in those lanes that you're trying to get into. I haven't tried getting onto the shoulder, but I probably don't want to take that chance. It probably might recognize that as another lane. Something to keep in mind, just make sure when you're switching lane in Autopilot, you're switching to the correct lane. And here is again, it's not just a gimmick, it actually works really well. I don't have to turn over and look at my blind spot or worry that there's going to be another car in that lane that I didn't see. I still turn my head just to make sure, because obviously this Autopilot is still in beta mode. Next, we have another interstate onto another freeway ramp. So this lane will split into two. I wanted to see what the Autopilot will do, and it actually did not know what to do. It actually started beeping at me and brake really hard to make sure that I took over and that it didn't hit anything, for example, like the center divider. I think after that incident of recent in Northern California, where a Model X went straight into the center divider, not aware that the lane was split between the highway. So here comes the split of the lane, and you can see Autopilot disengage immediately once it did not know what to do. You guys catch that? Let me replay it. Just watch the screen. The Autopilot flashes and it turns off. there you guys have it. The Autopilot for the Model 3, which is expected to receive a full revamp in August of this year, that will be able to take on more of these ramps with the ability to determine which highway you're supposed to take, linking it with your GPS. So once that firmware is out, I'll make another video. Again, thanks for watching, and remember to hit that subscribe button and like, and we'll catch you next time.